Hi everyone, today we have Shrikant Shekhar with us today,
Hello.
IPTSE alumni. So Shrikant is now running a startup, and so who better than him to tell us about the IPTSE experiences and the IPO world?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me for this interview. So,
Shrikant, please tell us about yourself first and your professional life and professional activities.
okay, thank you. Myself, Srikant Shekhar. I'm the founder of startup Play For Me, which is a DPIT registered startup. I have done my graduation in law, and where my specialization was intellectual property and cyber laws. Apart from that, I have volunteered myself into various activities in my university days. I have worked as a president of two of the societies, Legal Aid Society, Pro Bono Society. Apart from that, I was a student coordinator for intellectual property cell in my university. Also, I volunteered for a NGO where I used to counsel people during the COVID-19 days. Uh, yeah, and I have a great inclination towards IP, intellectual property innovation.
Okay,
Thank you.
so Shrikant, how did you get known to IPTSE and when did this happen?
So when I was learning about intellectual property and during COVID-19, it was very open for us to have new knowledge. And at that time, I was having a lecture on intellectual property in a workshop at IIT Kharagpur. It was online, and
Hmm.
one of your honorary member was
Okay.
giving a lecture there, and she
Okay,
introduced me
so
to
our
intellectual
honorable Dr.
property.
Chitra Chopra, right?
Yeah, Dr. Sheetal Chopra. So she was very good in explaining about intellectual property, and also she gave me this idea of intellectual property, one of its kind exam, and it actually fascinated me to at least give it a try and get to know about intellectual property as well as the exam conditions.
Okay, now can you reflect your experience about IPTSC, the examination process, the webinar seminars, the course material you were given, and what impact it did?
So first of all, I have given this exam twice under two different categories. First was university student category, and other was startup. So at the first, I was little nervous about giving the examination, but when I my registration, and IPTSC has both web application as well as uh, Android application. So when I did my registration and made the payment, so it made a dashboard for me where already study materials were available, and along with study materials there were seminars and lectures conducted by industry experts which helped me in my preparation. Also, the study materials were really interesting because they were explained in a way how uh, new subject is taught to a kid in
Hmm.
schools.
Okay.
So it was a very interesting part that even a new person new to intellectual property can understand
IPR.
about IPR in a very informative way,
Okay.
in a very practical aspect also. So these were the things, and after that, before giving the final exam in my first chance, so I was a little nervous about how the exam process would be. So IPTSC also conducted a mock exam before giving the main exam, and the environment was same. So it also boosted me for the final exam, and uh, I ranked all India rank 90 in my first
That was
category.
fourth edition.
Yeah, fourth edition.
Okay.
And in my next edition, IPTAC introduced startup category. It was the
Hmm.
first time it was
Yes.
introduced, and so simultaneously I was also working on my startup in the same time. So I gave a try of giving examination in the startup category, and I scored all India rank one.
Do you know talk you told me about your some trademark certification you just did?
Yeah,
Can you?
I just completed. I am qualified for trademark agent examination. Though certificate is not been provided, but at the result it shows I
Okay,
have
that's great.
qualified.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
So you were just talking about your startup. Can you please elaborate on that? What does your startup do? What is its purpose?
Yeah. So our startup is named Play For Me. So as the name suggests, we are building a web. We are creating an application, a platform where we will providing a set up to traditional artists, mostly traditional artists, to connect with connect with audience. So it can, in that platform you can connect, and as an audience you can connect to a star or a artist through two-way live interactive session through at your comfort level,
Hmm.
at your home, with
Okay.
your friend sitting at your own home, and even at a different part of the world, because right now people are actually migrating to different places in search of work, in not even search of work, because of the work condition they are not living together,
Hmm.
and it is also very hard for them to celebrate small moments of birthday, you can say anniversary together. So this platform will help the audiences also to celebrate small events together on a single platform, because we can not substitute a, presence of a person physically, but yeah, we are trying, like we have different options, but we are only using the technology, and this is because of the knowledge of innovation
Hmm.
that I have came across with this solution. And it will also foster the traditional artists, because they are migrating to different cities in search of work, and they are really talented, but they are not able to find a proper platform. Even professionals are not able to start their passion, because in Indian condition it is very important for parents to have a settled life and
Okay.
settled job, so it is helpful for them also.
Okay. So are there any other people in your startup with you in
Yeah,
your journey?
my technical head is also with us here now, Jatin Daya.
Okay. So do you think that IPTC has played an important role introducing to the realm of IPR? And could you elaborate on how it has contributed to the knowledge and your work at your startup?
Personally, I believe everything is connected. So when I started, because when I started my law school, I was very much less aware about intellectual property. But when I started reading about intellectual property, and accordingly, simultaneously, I
Mm-hmm.
got to know about IPTSE. I attempted the exam twice, and obviously it was a great. It is a great experience with IPTSE, because I have given this exam twice. I have attended their event thrice, because though even this last edition I
Yeah.
didn't participate, but I was
Sixth edition.
invited as
Yes.
a guest to attend the award ceremony. And every time I have visited, I have got the opportunity of great networking, and attending the lectures have always enhanced my knowledge. It's not that I can know everything, but we get to learn by
Yes.
whenever we
True.
try. So IPTS has actually helped me in uh, like in enhancing my knowledge as well as enhancing the
Mm-hmm.
networking, because when you are working as a startup, you obviously need to connect with different
True.
people in different industry. So it was also of great help in this thing.
So, Shrikant, can you share your experience with IPTC and would you recommend its course to others?
I've already mentioned my experience, like I have given this exam twice,
Hmm.
and I've attended the event twice. Even I have closely worked with IPTSE in we have done a MOU in my
Yes, with the
university.
With your North
Yeah,
Cap
with my
University.
university. So I was very, in the first time only, in the first award ceremony, I was
Mm-hmm.
fascinated because of how you people called different industry experts in the and let us also connect with them.
Hmm.
And your because it is one of its kind examination. Haven't heard of this kind of initiative where you are even teaching people, even teaching different people of different age to get to know about IP. And obviously IP is very important when we talk about development as a nation as whole, as a world as whole. It is a very important aspect that everyone should know about. Not even they should use it as a practical aspect, but this right now the startup
Right.
thing is going, and government is promoting to create
Hmm.
jobs, to create through innovation. So knowledge of IP is anyhow different, important for different
Right.
aspect. Even for writers, it's not just for startups. It's for a writer, whoever likes to write. They can
Mm-hmm.
save their work because of the copyright. Even for the farmers who are uh, growing indigenous crops, and it is a certain area on it can be grown in certain areas, indigenous craft, handmade crafts. So they are not aware of the thing they are producing, because it is exploited by the one
Yes.
who have the knowledge. Like geographical indication is
Yes.
one of the kind of
GI.
IP, GI. So it protects the local made goods, basically
True.
the plants and handmade crafts. So this knowledge is not just gonna help in the development of economy, but as a person as a whole, because few things are unique to a person. Its intellectual property is kind of property only. We always talk about physical property, but this
Intangible.
is intangible, and it is very crucial for one to know that what they have, because it's a property, well, that it's a kind of property that one is creating by themselves.
Yes.
So yeah, and IPTSE is really doing genuine, because they have opened this exam for all. It is not as specific to
True.
a particular arena of people or category of people.
Yes.
So this is a very I actually very found it fascinating. I really came here just to, because I had an opportunity, so I can
Thank
also
you.
play my part as well, just the way you are playing.
Okay. So thank you so much,
Thank
Shrikant. It
you.
was such good to hear you about IPTSC and the initiative we are doing. So thank you guys.